The Eugene Mission and other service providers gathered for a heartfelt luncheon to show appreciation for veterans, especially those who are vulnerable to homelessness. NBC 16's Tiffany Lewis has the story.
It's nice to be recognized, and it feels good.
Community members and service providers recognize the sacrifices of our country's veterans and discussed resources needed to help homeless veterans in Lane County. Hosted by the Eugene Mission, chefs provided high-class meals for current or previously homeless veterans. One man reflected on his experience after receiving housing from the mission and now actively working for the nonprofit.
Anybody who has recognition and support out there, it helps. I mean, it helps 100% because we can't do it alone. Nobody can. It's hard to do it by yourself. But when they have all these different resources available to you, that make life a lot easier.
Veterans make up 15 to 20% of the mission's guests. Executive Director Cheryl Bathrop highlighted the unique challenges veterans face when transitioning to civilian life.
I think a number of our veterans are people who have contributed a great deal, and they have the sense of dignity and pride, and it's sometimes hard to ask for help. And so that's actually a barrier, because they're not always willing to go and ask for that. Their sense of pride keeps them from asking for the help that they need.
In addition to a free meal and a warm atmosphere of gratitude, organizations like Housing for Veterans and Reveille Foundation spoke about their services such as subsidized housing, vocational training, and medical care. Housing for Veterans recently expanded with the purchase of a new transitional housing project on Sunshine Acres Road in Eugene.
A transitional housing is great to have because this way they can get on their feet, they can get the proper medical they need, they can get the proper dental they need, and if they're in recovery, then they can get the proper treatment that's necessary. And without proper housing, it doesn't exist.
Serving 85 people in Lane County across 9 different properties, Housing for Veterans provides structured, sober living housing. After struggling with addiction, Dennis found his way into the Sunshine Acres property.
Well, I was down and out. I had drank a little too much, ended up in the hospital, was about to be homeless, and these people saved my life. In my case, if it wasn't for them, I'd probably be out on the street or dead, most likely dead, because it's tough out there, and they provide a great service.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
According to point-in-time counts and the Department of Veteran Affairs, 1,400 Oregon veterans experience homelessness on any given night. Local organizations continue to serve veterans year-round, providing housing and expansive services to help them thrive in civilian life. In Eugene, Tiffany Lewis reporting.